leading edge area into this unaffected area and cause, in effect, a new epicenter. So we focus that on for this exercise, but again, we don't have a lot of the tools in our toolbox because there's a lot of questions we're still struggling with. So strategies are mainly limited to containment, closing caves and deconning and so forth until we learn more about treatment or other options. And this is, I'm wrapping it up here. So this is the last thing I was going to mention. Many people are aware we received recently $1.9 million from congressional appropriations. And I wanted to provide a little bit of update to you folks. Someone's asking, where's this money going, how's it going to be spent. We have a tentative plan right now. It's in the draft phase. We're still waiting to make sure everybody in the service is okay with this. But the plan currently is to spend $1 million directly on research. And to do that, we're going to put together the research coordination team from the national plans. It will be a national effort to identify critical research gaps that we have right now and either find people that can do that work directly or most likely put together very targeted RFPs or requests for proposals that will go out for competition. That's the way that these things have to happen. And so rather than the scattershot approach that we've done in the past where we have all this money and, what can you folks do for us, we're really going to try to nail down now because I like to think that we're not going to get any more money. Everybody tells me that I should be more of an optimist. It's kind of difficult in this position, but people think that we will get some more money in the future. I'd like to think that this is all the money that we've got, and how can we spend this the best way possible. So $1 million for research, and then the remaining money we're going to split up for state support and for support within Fish and Wildlife Service for the coordination effort, which is ongoing through the national plan and so forth.
Is there some other monies appropriated for the other departments, or is that for all of them?
For the other departments, meaning the other agencies?
Yeah, the other agencies.
It came to the language. It came to the service for, I guess, I didn't put that part of the quote in there, for all the agencies, for agency response to deal with white nose. In the specified
so all the agencies combined get 1.9 million?
Yes, from the appropriations last year. There's been a lot of concern lately because there's stories that the new budget has come out and it has stripped white nose out of the budget, and people think that means we're not going to get any more money. And apparently, I've been told that that's not necessarily true. It's common practice when the new presidential budget comes out that they strip out all earmarks. And so, again, a lot of concern recently. I got my Evo box lit up saying, we're not going to get any more money. How is this happening? And I've been told by people who are more familiar with congressional activities that this is a fairly standard practice, that the earmarks are stripped out, but things will go back in as the budget gets moved through Congress. So, in case you're concerned about that, again, the optimists out there are saying that we will get more money, we think, congressionally, but I didn't. And then general research priorities. So I was just going to mention some of these things, but these are some of the things that we're going to go through this with the research coordination team and kind of pick out some of these things. But I've already touched on some of them: transmission, susceptibility, treatment options, epidemiology, genetics, conservation, etc. With that, I guess we're done. So,
if there are a couple of quick questions for Jeremy as Hazel gets ready with the raffle, we'll take those now. I could have said it works, Hazel. I thought it was nice enough. Good.
Yeah.
In those area 3s that are susceptible, but there's not any reported cases, do we still need to do the same decontamination procedures if we're moving from, say, one mine to another, doing monitoring? We still need to take those same sort of precautions, say in Oklahoma, where it's a long ways from the center of the area?
Well, that's a good setup for Hazel's talk. I think she might have a way to address this, but one of the things...
In your proposals that you put out as far as management of this thing, is that something that you covered in there?
We say that in our cave advisory that anybody outside the affected and adjacent states should decontaminate whenever they're moving from site to site. Just a general advice, precautionary measure. As we've been talking a lot about this thing, it seems, it doesn't seem, it is good conservation practice to be doing this, regardless of the white nose threat. If you have mud or organic material clumped on your gear, you should clean it off. It might not be white nose, it could be the next thing coming down the pipe. We have a lot of models in fisheries, for example, to follow here with, you know, the decom protocols for boats and trailers that people are now doing for aquatic invasives and aquatic diseases, that it's just now standard practice. And that's what I think we're trying to promote at this point, is that it, for white nose, yes, it's a good idea, but it's also just good standard practice.
You're the one least likely to be doing it.
I'm going to be around until tomorrow at 2 o'clock or so, and I guess we're going to have time later, so please talk to me then or whenever. And thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy.